Hello everyone, welcome back to Standard 9 Science and Technology 7th lesson Energy Flow in an Ecosystem. In this new session, let us look at question number 6 and question number 8 from the exercise. Question number 6. Explain in detail the interrelationship between the food chain and food web. Very easy question to understand. We just have to explain the interrelationship between the food chain and the food web. So let us write down first. The energy flow among the various constituent animal is known as food chain. We know that a food chain represents the relationship between the organisms. Now what is a food web? An ecosystem consists of many food chains that are interconnected at various levels. Thus, a food web is formed. So in first 2 points, we have cleared what is a food chain and a food web. Now, what is another interrelationship? The length of a food chain depends on number of organisms. There is a definite sequence in these interactions, like the producers, then the consumers and the decomposers, and the interaction go on continuously between all of them. But in a food web starts with the producers in ecosystem and then the branches off into interconnected food chains. This shows that the food web is nothing but many food chains which are interconnected into each other. Therefore, the food web branches off into interconnected food chains that show who eats whom in an ecosystem. So with a food web, we get a clear picture of all the food chains inside a web. So this is the answer for this question. Now let us go to the next one. Question number 8. Explain the following with suitable examples. We have 2 questions in it. First question, what type of changes occur in the amount of energy during its transfer from plants to apex consumers? Let us see what the answer is. The amount of energy reduces as we move from low trophic level to higher ones. The sun is the most important source of energy in an ecosystem. Green plants of the ecosystem store some of the solar energy in the form of food. Before reaching to the decomposers, this energy is passed on from one trophic level to the next. So the energy is taken from the sun as the first source and the energy is passed on from producers, consumers to decomposers. And while passing, what happens is the energy reduces. Decomposers dissipate some amount of energy in the form of heat. However, no part of energy ever returns to the sun. Remember, no part of energy can be returned to the sun by any of the abiotic or biotic factors. Therefore, energy is maximum at the base of the pyramid and is least at the apex. Now we all know energy pyramid, we have studied in the lesson. One energy pyramid is given to you which is of aquatic life. So here you can even draw that energy pyramid to explain it. The example is written here. Phytoplanktons, which form the base of the pyramid, have 10,000 kilocalorie of energy, while humans at apex have 10 kilocalorie of energy. So this figure or here the energy pyramid shows that the energy keeps reducing while transfer from plants to apex consumers. Let us come to the last question. Second question. What are the differences between flow of matter and of energy in an ecosystem? There are 2 questions. One more is asked why. Okay. Now, what is this difference between? Let us write it in the form of distinguish between flow of matter and flow of energy. Remember, in this ecosystem, during these biogeochemical cycles, matter also flows and energy also flows. But what is the difference between them? First difference, flow of matter involves recycling of nutrients in a cyclic manner within a biosphere, whereas flow of energy involves from one tropic level to another in non-cyclic manner. Means what? It is unidirectional. Once the energy is taken by sun, it goes next to the next level, but it does not come back. So flow of energy is unidirectional and flow of matter is cyclic. Next difference is biosphere is the source of nutrients for flow of matter. See, matter already exists in biosphere, so that is the source. But flow of energy starts from sun, so sun is the most important source of energy for flow of energy. Third difference is no dissipation of matter occurs at any level in the flow of matter. In the biosphere, the matter remains the same. Okay, whereas flow of energy, there is dissipation of energy at every level. We have seen in the previous question only that how energy keeps changing from 10,000 kilocalorie to 100 or 10 kilocalorie. Okay, so this is about flow of matter and flow of energy differences. Within the differences only, we have written the answer of why. So here we have completed all the question and answers of this lesson number 7. I hope you all have liked these discussions. Once again, try to understand these questions thoroughly, how to write down the answers with stepwise manner with the points. Remember, in science the answers to be written in a point-wise manner. Okay, so try all these once again, and thank you.